Your Excellency, dear Mr. Scindia, Your Excellencies, thanks, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to express my gratitude and friendship to Honorable Minister Scindia that I met yesterday in Delhi. We had a great discussion, and that's a real honor and pleasure to be here today at WIGS India and to represent France. Especially because, Minister, you very well said that India is one of the most exciting markets in the world right now. You mentioned airport development, figures of traffic picking up despite COVID, and I know and I can see that you're achieving a lot in such a short period of time. So I'm aware of all the opportunities that are lying there in terms of airport development, modernization, upgrades. And I was discussing this morning to the French ecosystem, and I want to say here that they are really, really much committed to it. And as a matter of fact, there is a long-standing cooperation between France and India. This year, we are celebrating the 75th birthday or anniversary of the Indo-French Air Services Agreement. And as we all know, aviation and aeronautics are a great part of the trade between our countries. And there is today a significant presence of French companies in India. Many of them are here today, and I know they want to take a big share, or at least as much as they can in the near future, to accompany the growth of traffic you were mentioning. The second part of our cooperation, and we discussed that yesterday as well, will be on climate action. India has made very strong commitments to COP26, meeting the energy requirements, notably in renewables by 2030, and committing to net zero by 2070. We also discussed the fact that India, as France, want to move very quickly towards sustainable aviation fuel. And as a matter of fact, this is of great interest to us. And in that aspect, we have many more to do together. There will be the ICAO General Assembly departing in October next year. And what we want to achieve collectively is to defend a long-term aspiration goal to be net zero by 2050. And that's why we signed the Declaration of Toulouse back in a few weeks' time. And this is very important. And if we want to achieve and meet our environmental targets, we need to do it together, and I'm sure that France and the world can count on India to join us. So once again, dear Minister, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are very, very honored to be here and to represent France today, and we are very much looking forward to continue the excellent work together. Thank you very much, and congratulations on the event.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing with us and throwing light of the association between India and France and how this relationship is only getting stronger. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored and privileged to be joined by Honorable Governor of Telangana and Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Dr. Srimati Tamilisai Soundararajan. We extend a very hearty and a warm welcome to her to WIGS India 2022. Moving ahead, may I now request, just going to take a moment for a quick photo op and then we will move ahead. Thank you members from the media. And we shall now continue with the Ministerial Plenary session, ladies and gentlemen. After Mr. Jean-Baptiste Jabari, may I now invite Mr. Gampasong Myongmani, Honorable Vice Minister of Public Works and Transport Laos, to share with us a few words.
Yes, good morning. Mr. Jyotirajya Scindia, Honorable Minister of the Civil Aviation, Ministry of Civil Aviation, Government of India, Honorable Minister, esteemed delegates ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks and appreciation to the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Government of India, along with relevant organizations for hosting this flagship event. Ministry of Public Works and Transport of Laos was invited and has opportunities to participate in this event on civil aviation Wings India 2022 at Bergampet Airport, Hyderabad. Laos and India signed the air service agreement in the 2019, but unfortunately, because of the outbreak of COVID-19, so this is the obstacle to implementing this agreement. From my point of view, it's important to make the aviation industry resilient, sustainable, and environmentally friendly. As we know, there is the high competition in the aviation industry. Plus, we have faced the significant impact of the outbreak of the COVID-19 since 2020. Many airlines and airports around the world and in my country as well have made losses during the pandemic. So a lot of the flights, around 97% in the Laos, was cancelled. So many airlines went bankrupt and ceased operating. The pandemic has been threatening the viability of many firms in both the air transport sector and the rest of the aviation industry, with many jobs at stake. And now the fuel price has also increased and the airline route have been changed. So this issue have made more difficulties for the global airlines. To foster the resilience and sustainability of the global aviation sector, the government support to air transport sector is needed. Government need to ease travel restriction to recover the air passenger demand, as well as ensure that airline and the airport have the good management of air passengers and aviation personnel in relation to the COVID-19 pandemic. Government may increase their efforts to encourage the people to get vaccinated, because who are fully vaccinated can travel easier than non-vaccinated travelers. Government support should also focus on subsidizing or providing loans to the air transport sector and focus on reducing expense of the aviation operators. And I would like to share the view with the on parties that to emphasizing the development of the renewable energy used for aviation industry. The use of this energy will reduce reliance on the fuel and can save the cost. It also reduces the carbon emission and makes the aviation industry environmental friendly. Finally, I hope that we can strengthen the cooperation on the aviation industry, as well as the cooperation between Laos and India will get more fruitful in the future. This brings me to the end of my address, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We know that the last 2 years have been slightly challenging, but henceforth, here's wishing and hoping that the association between Laos and India, extremely positive, will only get stronger. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite Mr. Prem Bahadur Ale, Honorable Minister of Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation, Nepal, to share his thoughts with all of us. Can we please welcome him with a warm round of applause?
Thank you very much. Before this speech, I want to say something in Nepali few word. यो गर्मीको मौसममा यहाँ उपस्थित सबै मान्यवर महानुभावहरुमा म नेपालीको सगरमाथा माउन्ट एभरेस्टको चिसो र मिठो सुसन्देश सुनाउन चाहन्छु। कोभिडले आक्रान्त भएको र अशान्तिको बिम्बिका मटारिएको यो विश्वमा नेपालमा जन्मिएको भगवान गौतम बुद्धको शान्ति र मानवताको कामना विश्वभर फैलिरहोस् र सारा विश्वको प्राणी र प्रकृतिलाई भगवान पशुपतिनाथले कल्याण गरून्। Thank you very much. Wings India 2022 and the Global Aviation Summit 2022. Chief guest, Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia, Honorable Civil Aviation Minister, Government of India, Honorable Governor of Telangana and Lieutenant Governor of Pondicherry, Honorable State Minister of Civil Aviation from France, Honorable Vice Minister of Public Work and Transportation, Laos, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister of Haryana, Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, Government of Arunachal Pradesh, high-level official of Government of India, distinguished delegates from various government agencies and international organizations, media friends, ladies and gentlemen, namaste and good morning. It is my pleasure to express my sincere appreciation to Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia, and Government of India for an invitation to attend this prestigious Wings India 2022 Global Aviation Summit. I have brought goodwill and peace from the country of Gautam Buddha for all delegates and people of India. The common challenge today for all of us is to revive aviation industry and economic from COVID-19. Harmonized effort from all stakeholders will help for revival of aviation. Nepal has recently completed all required preparation for the commercial operation of new Gautam Buddha International Airport from birth anniversary of Lord Buddha, 16 May 2022. I would like to take this opportunity to invite you all to visit the birthplace of Lord Buddha in Nepal. Third International Airport in Pokhara is already ready to come into operation within 6 months. All international carriers are invited to operate from this airport in Nepal. Nepal aviation policy is friendly in foreign investment. We are open for foreign investment in airlines, training organization, aircraft maintenance organization, and other aviation activities. It will be our pleasure to invite foreign investors in Nepal in aviation sector. We will join hands with all our neighbors to get maximum benefit from our resources. It will be much appreciated if fifth freedom ride could be provided from Bangalore to Colombo similarly. I would like to request Honorable Minister Scindia to support to open flight in Kolkata and Hyderabad by Nepal Airlines to boost our tourism after recovering from COVID-19. Nepal would like to offer its airspace to make existing Lima 626 as bilateral route in order to shorten the airtime. It may save tons of fuel and subsequent carbon emission so that damage to environment can be reduced. In addition, proposed Himalaya 2 route connecting Europe and Middle East with East Asia will also save airtime, hence will protect environment. I am very happy to participate in this air show along with my team from Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal and Nepal Airlines Corporation. Due to urgent official meeting, I have to leave from here to Kathmandu today, but my team will continue to participate in this summit. Nepal has significantly improved its safety records in recent past, and we are working with all partners to further improve safety standards. Once again, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Honorable Civil Aviation Minister, Mr. Scindia, for resuming normal flight between Nepal and India on my request of my previous visit. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your warm Nepali greetings and invitation to Nepal. I'm sure we all will be really looking forward to come and visit the country of Lord Buddha, and we wish you safe travel, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, a while ago, our Honorable Minister in a speech mentioned to us about the growth of civil aviation in the Northeast. Today, we have Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, Government of Arunachal Pradesh, one of the most significant states in Northeast. May I request Sri Nakap Nalo to address the gathering.
Namaskar. Honorable Civil Aviation Minister, Government of India, Sri Jyotirādish Scindia ji, Honorable Governor of Telangana and the Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Dr. Srimati Tamisilai Sundarajan ji, Prince Minister Jebari ji, Vice Minister of Laos, Minister of Culture, Civil Aviation, Tourism, Nepal, Dusan Chautala ji, Deputy Chief Minister Haryana, senior officers of Ministry and States, CEOs, delegates, media friends, and ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for Civil Aviation Ministry, Government of India for arranging such a wonderful event of Wing 2024. This will give us opportunity to all the participants to know more about the civil aviation sector and looking forward where the civil aviation connectivity is not yet reached yet now. Being a representative from Arunachal Pradesh, and this is my first time to participate in such an event, I would focus some issues which is very much needed and which can be developed the future of Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh, the largest state of northeastern state, having 83,000 kilometers, which have unique features of boundaries. Towards the west, Arunachal have a boundary, international boundary of Bhutan. Towards the north, Tibetan China, and towards east, we have international boundary of Myanmar. Have a land undulating scenic beauty in the northeast part of India with the glorious heritage of art, culture, and festivities is a paradise of tranquility. Arunachal is the state whose commonly name situated in the northeast, but among the northeast, Arunachal is again northeast state having the largest area of the northeast state. The serene ambience, salubrious climate, and the scenic beauty of virgin forest attract tourists from all over the world. With a variety of orchid and horticultural products and many untapped natural resources, including huge potential of hydropower, Arunachal has the tremendous potential of remote area air connectivity for steering all around development activities. I, on behalf of the people of Arunachal Pradesh and the people of on behalf of my own government, would like to heartfelt thanks to the Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, and the Union Minister of Civil Aviation, Minister Sri Jyotirādish Scindia ji, having taken some initiative to develop aviation infrastructure at various locations to improve the air connectivity network, and the fixed wing flights also are set to a few locations. Considering the huge potential in eco and the tourism, adventure, and the growing activity in the development sector, Developers and operators are welcome to venture for infrastructure development and flight operations. Brief status of infrastructure development in connectivity sector. Fixed wing passenger flights under RCS. Alliance Airline and Big Charter Private Limited Fly Big are successfully operating ATR 72 fixed wing passenger flight service connecting Guwahati to Pasigat and Teju. Guwahati route by ATR 72 aircraft by Alliance Airline 3 days a week. Fly Big 3 days a week under RCS. Guwahati Teju Guwahati route by ATR 72 aircraft flying Big 4 weeks a day. Thus, the ATR 72 passenger flight service from Pasigat to Teju to Guwahati has improved the air connectivity to a great extent in the eastern part of the state, making the air journey available and affordable to people at large. This has also helped flow of tourists to a large extent. Greenfield Airport at Holongi, Itanagar. In another major initiative of the development of air connectivity, a greenfield airport is under construction at Holongi, Itanagar, which is likely to be operational on 15 August 22. This will facilitate operation of bigger aircraft connecting the state capital directly with national capital and other major cities of the India, promote tourism and other economic activities. Infrastructure development existing ALGs and heliports. Civil infrastructure development at advanced landing ground at Daprizo, Zero, Tuting, Walong, Mechuka, and helipad at Yengkyong, Itanagar, Naharlagan have been taken up to make them operational for civil flight and helicopters. Civil infrastructure development at the ALG Bijanagar also being taken up. These ALGs heliports would be facilitate air connectivity to a large area for movement of the public and tourists. New ALGs. The state government has proposed to develop new advanced landing ground and green airports. ALG at Dirang in West Kameng district, ALG at Anini in Diwang Valley district, airport at Daprizo in Upper Subansiri district, airport at Taram Moba near Alo in West Siang district. Site inspection of above proposed ALG's airport already conducted by inter-ministerial team deputed by the Ministry of Civil Aviation. A joint inspection of proposed ALG site at Dirang and Anini is being carried out by representative of Indian Air Force, Airport Authority of India, and Bureau of Civil Aviation Securities, along with the state government official in the end of March 22 to finalize military and civil infrastructure and other issues. These ALGs airports will improve the remote area air connectivity facility in Arunachal Pradesh. Initiatives for starting out Dornier 2 to 8 fixed wings. In another initiative to improve the fixed wing air connectivity in the state, the Ministry of Civil Aviation Government of India has agreed to introduce fixed wing civil passenger flight service by 2 nodes. Dornier 2 to 8 aircraft through Alliance Air and Advanced Landing Grounds 0 Pasigat, Mechuka, Tuting, Teju, and the proposed LJ, Dira, and Anini. Necessary action operationalization of these LS is in progress. Implementation of initiative will boost air travel facility to the large scale, having eco and advanced tourism. Last but not least, I would like to appeal and request the operator of airlines and helicopters, consider using potential in eco and advanced tourism, as well as demand of air service to easy movement of the public and outside investor to land long area in the district. Airport developments and the airline helicopter operators are invited to venture in the aviation sector of Arunachal Pradesh. And I also would like to invite the Minister of France, Nepal and Laos to visit Arunachal Pradesh to enjoy the natural beauty and unexplored tourism destination of Arunachal Pradesh, which is the hub of the tourist destination of India. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing with us the progress of Arunachal Pradesh. We're extremely delighted with the same. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Shri Dushyant Chautala, Deputy Chief Minister of Haryana. May we please welcome him with a warm round of applause as I request him to share his thoughts with all of us.
Very good afternoon, Honorable Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia ji, Her Excellency the Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Governor of Telangana, Mrs. T. Sundaram ji, Honorable Civil Aviation Ministers from Telangana, Mr. Reddy ji, Vice Minister from Laos, Honorable Civil Aviation Minister of Nepal, Civil Aviation Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, dignitaries and friends from the aviation industry, people from the press. I would like to thank FICCI, Government of India, for holding the Wings 2022 at Hyderabad. I think it's an opportunity for India and the world to boost the aviation sector to the future and take the advancement to new heights. And I think India has done a lot in last 5 to 7 years, where we have seen Udan coming in to connect our regional small airports with the air traffic increase we are looking for. On the other end, the Government of India and various states governments have focused to increase the MRO facilities, the FTOs, and looking at the future, I think we foresee that yes, there is an opportunity to take ahead the aero defense sector. And we welcome you all to the state of Haryana, where we have one new aviation hub coming up at Hisar with a land area of approximately 7,300 acres, in which there will be a dedicated aviation hub in 4,000 acres, and with the help of Government of India, NSIDC, we are going to have a manufacturing cluster in 3,000 plus acres there. Friends, as we see India today importing approximately 70% of its defense link chain manufacturing. Today, if we look at what's happening in Ukraine, there has been a view of shifting production, and I think PM Narendra Modi ji has also worked on Made in India. And looking at that, Haryana is a state filled of opportunities. Today we have the largest automobile manufacturing, approximately 40% of total manufacturing of automotives are done in our state. We cover approximately 2/3 of the area of NCR. We are on 3 sides of our national capital, and our target today is to increase the investments across the northern region to the state. As the Prime Minister is looking for a 5 billion economy, I think Haryana can be one of the states for each and everybody related to the aviation sector to come in and invest. Looking forward to our 4 different airstrips, one at Pinjore, one at Karnal, one at Mahendragarh, Narnaul, and the last one at Bhiwani. We have successfully been running 4 different flying training schools there, and approximately 400 new pilots are under training in those flying FTOs. Friends, we have multiple MROs which are situated in the state of Haryana. Also, we have the only skydiving place in the country which is functioning, and I'm happy to share in the last 4 months we have more than 3,000 dives which have been done in a small remote area of Narnaul. Friends, today when Honorable Minister Scindia ji was speaking about helicopters, India is the future of helicopters as more mobility and transport can be done into smaller and remote areas by helicopters. And when the idea of heli hubs or heliports came up, I still remember our first meeting as Mr. Scindia took over the office of civil aviation. We proposed that Gurgaon, being situated right adjoining the international airport of Delhi, we propose as much as land the Government of India with the collaboration with the state requires. And I am happy to share, we have officially diverted 26 acres of land to the Civil Aviation Department to build up India's biggest heli hub right next to the Indira Gandhi International Airport. Friends from the industry, I would like to share that we have a vision. Udan is for regional connectivity, but on the other hand, Haryana is also looking to support transportation of horticulture produce, transportation of big multiple companies, cargo-based approach from Hisar. And we welcome you to look forward towards Haryana and take the aviation sector. I am happy to share with you that within 1 to 2 months, we are going to launch our new aero defense policy that for local as well as for foreign manufacture to come and invest in the state in production linked initiatives given to companies who are investing. I am very thankful for FICCI, Government of India, to get you all together in the Wings 2022 in Hyderabad today, and I will like to invite FICCI. By next year we'll have our runway running at Hisar, and hopefully the Wings 2024 instead of Hyderabad or with Hyderabad, that we can have a similar event at Hisar. Therefore, that more investment, more diversion and more progress for the state of Haryana comes in. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us an insight of Haryana, of so much the state has to offer, and we wish you all the best, our warmest wishes for the aviation hub there. Ladies and gentlemen, right now please join me in requesting our Honorable Governor of Telangana and Honorable Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, Dr. Srimati Tamilisai Soundararajan, as I request her to share her thoughts with all of us.
A special good morning to each and everyone here. Shri Jyotiraditya Scindia ji, the Honorable Minister for Civil Aviation, Government of India. First of all, I take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Prime Minister and thank our Honorable Minister for Civil Aviation, Brother Scindia, for giving me the opportunity to travel in the first flight which is going to be reorganized after 3 years from Hyderabad to Puducherry. So for this connectivity, I take this opportunity. So as Governor of Telangana and as Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, I will be the first person to be benefited by that connectivity, because but for that connectivity, I travel to Chennai 2.5 hours, and from there I come to Telangana and then again reach Chennai, and 2.5 hours I travel. So he has saved me 5 hours a day by giving me that connectivity, not only for me, to all the people of Puducherry and the people of Telangana. And apart from the governor connecting Telangana and Puducherry, flight is going to connect Telangana and Puducherry. So there should be a very good connectivity. So I thank our Honorable Civil Aviation Minister for giving us this opportunity, and I really thankful for that. And my respects to Mr. Jean Baptiste de Berry, Honorable French Minister of State for Transport, Minister for Ecological Transition and France, and to the France Minister also I should say, because I am the Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry, we are taking care of your citizens also. So I am really very thankful, and I have so many friends, French friends, and really French culture is preserved in Puducherry. So I have to inform you that. And my respects to Honorable Vice Minister of Public Works and Transport, Laos, and Sri Dushyant Chautala, the Deputy Chief Minister of Haryana, and my respects to Sri Nakop Nalu, Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, Government of Arunachal Pradesh, and my Nepal. My respects, because they have left your name, but I cannot leave you. My respects to the Civil Aviation Minister, my good friend, the Nepal Civil Aviation Minister, and Sri Prashant Reddy Garu, the Minister for Civil Aviation, Telangana, and this is Nepal, Sri Prem Bagadur Ji, Minister for Civil Aviation, Nepal. I wish you all a very special good afternoon. I'm really, truly delighted to be here. And because you're all experts in the civil aviation, technically and technologically you're the experts, and as a women governor, one of my appeal is, when I came here, I inquired with the Civil Aviation Secretary, Mr. Bansal, how many women pilots are there? How many women are serving the civil aviation sector? He told me, Indian Airlines, particularly the civil aviation in India, 14% women are involved and 14% pilots are there, even much higher percentage when compared to the world average. So I congratulate for that, but as a woman, I request you all to encourage womenhood, to participate more in the civil aviation industry, particularly the pilots. Why I am telling this? Before, when we go to the schools and colleges, when we ask the women students, what do you want to be? They used to say, doctor, engineer, and now they are telling, we want to fly. We want to become women pilots. So you have to encourage them, you have to motivate them. So that is my small request as a women governor. Apart from that, as our Honorable Prime Minister said, I am confident that civil aviation sector will become the symbol of speedy growth and the economic development in the country. The one sector which is most affected during the pandemic is civil aviation sector. But definitely it will re-emerge as the great economic force and the sector for development, because the connectivity, before and all people take the air travel as a comfort, but now to save the time, particularly I come to Puducherry and I sign some files and I come to Telangana because of this connectivity. And as doctor, I know I want to appeal, because the pandemic the Air Force, the civil aviation industry helped us to transport the medicines, the vaccines, and this is interrelated. But I am very proud because definitely the civil aviation sector will emerge as a sector of economic development as our Honorable Prime Minister envisioned. And I should say, I am very proud that I took the Indian vaccine. And as a doctor, as a medical student, we were dreaming for getting the Indian vaccines, and I am proud that we have taken the Indian vaccine and we have crossed 180 crore doses of the vaccine. And I thank the aviation sector, and because of that connectivity only, this vaccine could be transported to different countries even during the pandemic period. Even though they are unable to transport the passengers, but the civil aviation sector helped us to transport the medicines, the PPEs, the vaccinations. So it is really a great job done by you, and I wish you all the best. And now the connectivity, the more and more middle class people are taking the air connectivity. So our aim is to serve the people, and when I was talking with Honorable Minister for Civil Aviation, Brother Scindia, he is very keen in connecting the different parts of the country, and my congratulations to the sector, to the organization and the Civil Aviation Department for coming out with drones. Because of drones, we are able to transport the vaccines, we are able to transport the medicines, and I requested him, because Telangana is a state which has 11% of tribal population. So for the tribal population to transport medicines to them, I requested him the drone service, and even our Honorable Prime Minister inaugurated the drone services, which are very helpful to the farmers also. So really, I am very happy to participate in this conference, and I wish you all the best. And as a women governor, I appeal, please encourage the women to take part in your job opportunities, in the opportunities to fly, and whatever may be the percentage should be more, because wherever women given opportunity, that sector will become very successful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Your Honorable Governor, for sharing and touching on some of the most significant points of encouraging women to take up opportunities and explore areas in civil aviation. As final thoughts, may I request our Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation, MOCA Government of India, Shri Jyotiraditya M. Scindia, to give his closing remarks or final thoughts by you.
Her Excellency, the Governor of Telangana and Pondicherry, our ministers from Laos and Nepal, my colleagues in this department from Haryana and Arunachal Pradesh, and of course the state of Telangana. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been an extremely informative session. It's been a session where we have learned how states are developing their ecosystem individually. It's been a session where we have learned how nations outside of our own are developing their ecosystems in civil aviation and their aims and their goals going forward. And also we have learned how the assimilation from a global to a local to a grassroots civil aviation policy must be structured so as to serve the interests of our nation. It's incumbent upon us as a department to ensure the holistic development of this sector. And therefore, as I said earlier, all of us as equal stakeholders. The private sector, aircraft companies, airline companies, government, state, international, and Government of India must work towards that goal together. There's one aspect that I'd like to add, which it was remiss by me not to mention, that civil aviation also has a very important humanistic element to it. Whenever there has been a cause of national calamity or an evacuation plan, it has been the civil aviation sector that has been at the forefront of that initiative. We have recently seen that with Operation Ganga, where probably, at least in my life, the largest evacuation program run by any government from a civil aviation point of view has been successfully completed. 23,000 of our youngsters from Ukraine have been evacuated from 5 neighboring countries: Moldova, Romania, Slovakia, Hungary, Poland. And for this, I must thank our stakeholders in the area of civil aviation, our authorities, our airline companies, our pilots, our crew, our men and women on the ground from our missions in those countries that have made this operation possible. So from this podium, I'd like all of us to stand up and give them all a round of applause, thanking them from the bottom of our hearts. And as I always say, civil aviation is about touching lives and touching hearts. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honourable Minister, for your final thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the Ministerial Plenary session. Our deep gratitude to all our Honourable Ministers for being with us. May I now request our dignitaries to kindly head towards the chalet for an air show. I would also like to invite our audience here, our delegates and guests, to kindly join us in the chalet for an air show. The delegates' lunch will be organized in the same hall at 1:30 p.m. I repeat, the delegates' lunch will be organized in the same hall at 1:30 p.m. Hoping to see you all at the chalet for an air show, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day ahead.